So we have the second last team before we proceed for a short break. So let's welcome Error 404, who created an app to help caregivers locate their missing family members who are neurodiverse.
Hi, sorry, can you hear me? Okay, thank you. Hello, we are Arrow 444 comprising of Jessie and Xinye. Our mentor is Mr. Cheong, and our community partner is the Down Syndrome Association.
We aim to create a missing person app for persons with Down syndrome. It is an app or device to assist DSA on tracking the exact location of the missing person, allowing family, staff of the missing person with disabilities to send an app notification to a group of volunteers who have signed up to support our search with the missing person's picture, personal particulars, and the location of where he or she was last seen. It should either allow the caregivers to locate the missing person and bring them back safely, or alert the organization or caregiver of the location. We'll be referring to persons with Down syndrome within DSA as learners. As DSA learning premises are open, learners may accidentally walk out and go missing. This device keeps track of learners and coming in and going from the center. There are no current methods to track the learners, and caregivers have to manually search the facility of our police report.
This is our process for generating a solution. So on the left, you can see the KWL chart. In this chart, we list out what we know, want to know, and have learned from the research process. This helps us understand more about the learners to create a solution that is more beneficial to them. Next, we generate solution. We then evaluate the solutions with the evaluation matrix, where we list out our solutions and rank them based on a set of criteria. The criteria were created along with the community partner with the interests of the learners at heart. From the evaluation matrix, we decided to make a microbit and an app to track learners to fulfill the different needs that DSA requires.
On the right, we listed down the different stakeholders and provided instructions on how they can use the app to bring back the person with Down syndrome. Persons with disability can activate the app when they are lost, show a message to passerbys asking for help, and ask for help through the app if necessary. DSA is responsible for the screening of volunteers and to help coordination if necessary. The app can collect data on how often a learner is missing, how many learners the volunteers have helped in a year, etc. Families can report their loved ones missing. Family members can also sign up as volunteers to help locating other learners in the community. The location of the volunteers are being tracked, such that those who are in close proximity to the missing person can be alerted to go find the missing person physically and bring them back to a safe place. Volunteers can also choose to be active, in which they are able to seek out the missing person, or passive, in which their location is not tracked and will only help a missing person if they see one.
So this is our app design. If a learner goes missing when they're all alone, they can activate the app. After activating their app, they'll be directed to the learner's page, and you can press the red I need help button and show the text to the passersby. The passersby will then be able to call DSA or the DSA hotline or bring the learners back to the police station. Learners have their location constantly broadcasted, so they are tracked even if they move to a police station. And the red I need help button calls the emergency contact in the family immediately. If the family does not pick up after one call, an alert is sent to DSA along with the location and the profile of the learner. The 3 nearest active volunteers are notified by the app immediately. And if the family can pick up the call but are unable to get to the learner, they can also send out a missing persons alert that functions the same way. If a volunteer finds the learner, they can alert DSA and bring the learner back. So this is the current code, which is coded on Xcode, and it's for Apple users.
This is a demonstration of our microbit. When the learner is further away from the caregiver, the alarm is sounded and there are flashing lights to indicate the proximity of the learner to the caregiver, so that the caregiver will be notified if learners have the intention to move around. With this advert device, the caregiver can catch up with the learner sooner, reducing the worry. Here are some key features of each method. For the app, it tracks the location of the learner constantly over a longer range and pinpoints specific location of the learner for volunteers to help. For the microbit, the caregiver will be notified if learners have the intention to move around. The caregiver can catch up the learner sooner, reducing the worry. Some limitations include that learners may not have phones with them, and the coding is still in process and the product has not been tested with.
In the future, we would like to have trials with DSA and possibly continue with the app with help from people with more in-depth knowledge about Xcode.
Thank you for listening to our presentations. Here are our references. Does anyone has any questions?
Yeah, thank you for the presentation. We do have a question from the audience. What is the battery duration of the microbit device? Will it be a worry if the learner is far away for a long time?
For this microbit device, is actually just for the learners within the DSA premises, and it's mostly to notify the DSA staff if the learner has the intention to leave the premises. The microbit has a battery pack, and the battery can be changed by the DSA. So it's not really used for long distance, and if the microbit is failing, the DSA staff can find the learner first.
Right, I hope that answers the attendee's question. We do have another question. Are there alternative methods or tools like wearable tools that you have considered?
We have considered having like a Trace Together token sort of thing, where that's worn around the neck or can be placed on a lanyard and shown to passersby just in case. We've also considered like tracking stickers that can be pasted on the shirts, but we are not very familiar with these hardware. Therefore, we decided to try with the app and the micro. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you so much.